Hey, what's going on, guys? Alan F. Freddy here. I'm about to jump on my second call of the day. We're going to be speaking with Spencer Levy out in actually Jordan Lawley basketball's training partner, and he works with him out in California. So we're sending the invite on Uber Conference now. He should be joining shortly. So yeah, let's crush it, Gator. So I'm going to be logging into HostGator because that's where I'm hosting his site. And that was funny. I saw the thing change. Hey, Spencer, how's it going?
Hey, I'm never going to get used to that intro because every time I answer the phone, I'm like, hello, then the automated voice.
No, there's an automated voice. Spencer, are you there? Oh no.
I use these for Wi-Fi because Wi-Fi signal here is pretty good. Cell service is bad.
Okay, I literally just heard the last part where you said you're on Wi-Fi.
So Wi-Fi is good. Cell signal is bad.
Okay. Well, so I missed the first part. I think you were talking about the automated intro.
One second. All right, so I just sent you a text.
Yeah, I got it. The last text I got was everything good. Can you call via Wi-Fi? Do you mean FaceTime audio? Let me see if perhaps he's talking about FaceTime audio. All right. So let me do that. Hopefully you guys can pick this up on
All right, hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, much better.
Sweet. Do you not have a
Alrighty.
Wi-Fi calling?
So how have you been?
I mean, good, man. I was gonna say, do you not have a Wi-Fi calling on? Do you have iPhone? Yeah, you do have iPhone.
Yeah, so I have Wi-Fi at the gym. I just don't have like very good cell service.
Okay.
So that kind of usually presents an issue. But yeah, so I wanted to kind of get in touch with you and basically just touch base about what's kind of coming up in the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
And I mean, pretty much for the program in itself, from a basketball perspective, we are doing everything except the sports psychology piece right now, which will be implemented, I think, as we get a few more kids in the door. It's hard to do it right now with the 4 players that we have. And I think the big focus is the tryouts that are going to be in 2 weeks. And I sent you over that information.
Yeah.
And trying to get that being a pretty big deal.
Okay.
So any plan of attack, Calvin and I have talked a little bit, and it seems like the best way to do it is still, word of mouth, because these things take time.
Yeah.
And from a website perspective, there's a few things that need to go ahead and change. I have to type up like a new what to expect. I think we can kind of do a nice little piece on what to expect. Also changing some of the photos, so taking down the older photos.
Okay.
And then a page about like who's involved, and that's where we can have like Jordan's info, Cedric's info, Calvin's info, your info, etc.
Okay. Yeah. So right now,
would also help bring some clarity to someone who clicks the website. I just want to entice people to almost call me, message me, ask more, because I feel like the best way we can sell someone.
Yeah.
So what are your and then having another registration page for this upcoming tryout, I feel like would be a good idea if we're trying to get a lot more players in the gym. I'd like to have an idea of who's actually coming and who's showing up. I wouldn't mind like a referral tab, like who told who about it, so I have an idea about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to be able to get the word out, because this is a ton of time that I've spent this past month, and only have 4 kids.
Yeah. So something I would say, my thoughts or ideas, is kind of the same ideas along the lines of, at least with 4 kids, I guess, I don't know if you're familiar with Charlie Munger or his Warren Buffett's financial partner. But he basically says that the way to get more clients is to focus on the existing clients you have. And something I would think about leveraging is, so how many sessions have you had with the 4 kids?
Yeah, we have had, in terms of sessions, we have gone for a full month. And in that month, I was gone for a week. So we've had, just take out, 1 week. But then while I was out, Calvin still stepped in and ran everything.
Yeah.
So if, give me a second, I'll go back to March. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've had 8 practices.
Okay.
And we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 skill sessions, 4 strength conditioning sessions, and we've had 2 Saturday workouts.
Okay.
We've had skill sessions that they've had to complete by themselves. We've had film sessions that they've had to complete by themselves. They're learning how to schedule their times and write in a journal and kind of have those time management skills. We're adding in an academic piece, and that's more on the sports psychology side of it also.
Yeah.
And we're adding in the sports psychology piece of it. We need to implement more of the team philosophy ideas in terms of them communicating and those team building, almost like sessions where the families are communicating with one another. And we're able to do it now because we only have 4. But this is also a transitioning period because I'm big on commitment, and I don't want any of the kids to kind of just go right away from the program that they're in. I feel like they should all finish the commitment they've had with that program and then leave the program instead of leaving halfway through the season.
Okay. So I'm checking out the IG. What is do they have like a notebook you give them?
Yeah, so they all have that in their notebook. They have to write down, their daily schedule. So every Sunday, they're going to write down, 7 days. Each day has some days. Every day they're going to have 24 hours in a day. They're going to have to go through and mark, what they're supposed to be doing in those 24 hours. Now, within those 24 hours, they have to kind of give, so from school, that's pretty straightforward, but they have to write their homework assignments from school in that same journal, or they can have a separate one.
Okay.
But when they get out of school, everything that they do basketball related or anything they learn has to be written in that journal for that day. So if we go to practice, they have to send or write down a review of practice. If I give them a homework assignment while they're in the gym, they have to write down the homework assignment. So the page should be pretty filled up with either information that they've learned that day in the basketball realm, or homework that's given that they have to do.
Okay.
So it's like it's like a planner that you would have in school.
Yeah.
And then with the homework assignments, the skill assignments they do, and they are supposed to send me a write-up after they do the skill assignment, what they learned, how they did. And then the film assignments, they send me a write-up also, so that's separate of the actual journal. Now, the days that we have film, they write down, all their film notes in that journal.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess there's a lot of stuff that's happening behind the scenes that the site needs
Say
to...
it again. So your voice is going in and out. Sometimes I hear you perfectly, and sometimes you're gone.
Okay, I was saying that there's a lot of things that appear to be happening like behind the scenes, but I'm not aware of it because I just don't know about it. But that's not the point of me not knowing about it, but it should be the point that people who go on your social media or people who eventually go on the website should know all this stuff that's happening. So regardless of how the site eventually gets structured, it should at least just be up there somehow, some way, and then it could be edited and tailored later so that it's a congruent message.
So all of this, I know, I've talked to you, our conversations in the past have been very, they've been very long. So some of the recaps that we've done, on my end, have missed some of the information that we talked about.
Yeah.
And this is going to be, a building process, and things will kind of adapt. But, the main focus is everything that they would do for a, college program or a professional athlete, we're trying to coach them the same way. So I want that to be, shown. I want that level of, I'm going home and spending 2 or 3 hours a day just on creating a practice plan. Then you're spending additional work on creating a skill session, additional work on creating a film session. There's a lot of thought that goes into it, so I want that to be portrayed. So parents are looking at this saying, he's asking for, 5-6 days commitment, basically, but this is what we're getting in return is something that no one else is doing.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is besides the blog type stuff, right now you only have episode 1.
Say it again.
Besides the blog, you only have episode 1, but you don't need to necessarily make a blog, but just having how you've made the content, so you kind of are aware of what B-roll footage is. Literally showing yourself making film sessions, or just talking about you need a paragraph somewhere on your site that says exactly what you're telling me that you're doing, right? That you're making film assignments, that you're making homework assignments, that they have these notebooks. There's all this stuff that can be put on the site, and I wouldn't worry too much about how it's structured right now. Just have it on the site.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of blogging, I talked to Calvin. I know what blogging is, or blogging, whatever. Calvin's, and I'll talk to you about it, suggest that the best thing to do is you can do it on your computer or your phone, but if you do it, long term, you probably have to go out and get a camera anyways. So you might as well just go out and learn and get one now, and then just start the process and just always have it on throughout, your entire day, and you'll be able to capture that footage of all the work that you do and put into this, and then that could also go up. What is your take on that?
Yeah, that's what I tell everyone else, and I think it's really the way of the future for every business growing. I'll write down in this PDF consultation session I'm sending you the camera, and I'll send you a link to it on Amazon as well. But basically, so with all my consultation sessions, I record it so I could show you how I kind of do it with OBS. And then you can kind of get like a fourth wall by watching the replay of this this consultation. You'll kind of see how I share the work that I'm doing anyway. So it's the same concept. So by having consultation sessions with you, consultation sessions with other users, it lets people know that I do consultation sessions. Right, so if you just set up a tripod and kind of had Calvin do editing, you could, something I envision for like for possible footage ideas is just like a over the top angle of your desk. Okay. And then kind of get these like angles or create these footage scenes where it showcases you that you every week, every month, you're planning out film sessions, you're planning out homework assignments.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and look into that.
Yeah, then I would get footage taken of the journals.
Footage, yeah. So I'll just have the camera on almost all the time, basically, and then I can just I can be able to like trim out, obviously, you know, like certain times that we just don't need it on, and I can send Calvin the info, and Calvin can kind of edit it.
Yeah.
And but right now, I think, yeah, you are right. I can send you. I can see Calvin will have, I'm sure, like a picture of like a kid with a journal. I have like a small little thing on my Instagram. I don't know if you can pull it of them just like writing in their journals, and no, then it goes back to the CP. But I can just. I'm not the most amazing writer, but I can type something up, you know, pretty quick right now in terms of everything that we're doing, even just bullet pointed, if you want that, if you just want to put that on the website.
Okay.
And then from tryout basis, we'll do, you know, word of mouth. We'll get, you know, that flyer. And then if you have any other ideas about how to promote it, just, you know, let me know.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yep. So I have a PDF where I'm kind of doing like a really rough draft of what I think the registration page could be.
Okay.
But it basically has to have these elements where you're basically like, you're just listing the descriptions of what is on the program, right? So you have film, you have homework, and then you have like the instructors, yeah. Yeah. And really it's just the stuff that you gave to me or you illustrated to me is what needs to be put on. But really I just think it's just writing it out so that at least we could make content on it. Because right now, like, the last stuff I got from you was like the episode 1 tryouts was in February. So I don't know if you've made any other content or thought about making any other episodes
Yeah, so it's hard to make the episodes right now because the kids have been kind of sporadic. So some days we have a full group, some days we have 2, some days we have 1. So Calvin and I talked about, you know, do we want to make an episode kind of about the, you know, the process of having a team come together, or
I mean, I would just make it like as like not really so like, honestly, if you just say that, it's fine. Like from a business standpoint, you're trying to show people that you're building something, so that's a part of it.
Yeah, so I'll go out and get a camera if you have any ideas of, you know, where to get a camera for.
Yeah, I'll send you links on what I have and what I recommend.
Yeah, that won't cost an arm and a leg for me. That'd be awesome.
Cool. And then, because basically it's like one of the episodes, you know, even if you don't have kids, one of the episodes could just be about like yourself and the work it takes to make the business, right? Because you got to think about not only who's watching this, right? Because other people may want to join the program, who may want to help you out. So just by showcasing, you know, it helps with your branding, and it also shows people the amount of care and work that you're putting into it, which could help inspire people to like want to help you or increase their own program, increase their own offerings. And then also, you know, it could be points of discussion, right? So if you put it on YouTube as part of building your brand, and you talk about in the channel, if someone watches it saying like, you know, getting all the kids together and commitment of a weekly schedule, you may have people leave comments and be like, oh, this is how I had my kids do it, or this is how I do it. We're really starting to build that like community sense, but it really can't happen unless you have a video made. And I think I talked about last time is it's this idea that, yeah, I understand that you're saying that you only have 4 and sometimes they don't all show up.
Hold on, say that again. It's cutting in and out.
I was gonna say, it's the idea that it's okay that not all of them, that you only have 4, or that not all of them show up all the time. Like the episodes or what you're showcasing isn't just about the kids joining, but it's also about you as well. Like, you're the owner and you're the one making this business, making the brand, and kind of getting a behind the scenes look at it also helps in making content for the website, right? So if you had content made of you making the film sessions or doing the homework assignments, we could just add on some text and add that to the registration page, or add that to really anywhere that we could repurpose the content.
Yeah, so let me go ahead. I'm a pretty eager person. So if you send me info and I find out there's somewhere, locally that, has a good deal on the camera, the one that you're talking about, I would just go and, get it today, try it out, and see, see kind of what it does, and if it works. If it does, great. If it doesn't, we'll try a different one. Mm-hmm. So, all right.
Okay.
I got to jump into a session right now at 2. So it's 2 o'clock here, but you are the man. I'll also send you over, a few things today. And then obviously the more work that we do, the more we would then have to figure out, your like a monthly fee once we kind of start getting into the process of, you kind of doing more work.
Yeah, for sure.
Alrighty.
All right. So I'll send you this PDF and the YouTube.
Yes, sir. Talk
All right.
to you soon.
Yep. Take care. All right, guys. I was just writing out for him on the iPad. I was trying to write out my thoughts on what he needs for the site. So I'm just finishing up that thought process: film, homework sessions. The value of the kids joining, the credentials of the team, and that's really it. You need film, homework, value of the kids joining, maybe like drills, sports psychology. So I have written out that you need info blocks. You got film, homework, value of the kids joining, credentials of the team, sports psychology, and drills. So really, for anyone watching this, if you're building out your own digital marketing agency, something I recommend doing is really writing down handwritten notes, and I put them on the iPad Pro so I could send them to my clients. So let me close these blinds. It's really bright now. It's getting hot. But kind of a recap of people joining, and for you, Spencer, you can see basically if I don't say this right, then it's kind of like an illustration of how you need to communicate what you are that you're trying to develop. And I'm also thinking about it from a marketing perspective. But basically, Spencer Levy is setting up the Pack Basketball, which is a yearly, like 4-month year commitment for kids aged 5 or in grades 5 through 8 to join and be part of a program where they will continually learn basketball principles and what it takes from the highest level implemented at a young age. We're talking about sports psychology, studying film, having homework, really having kids fully commit to their passion in basketball. Something that I'm thinking about off the top of my head is a blog article that be written that in 8th grade, Steph Curry decided, he committed that he's going to be the best in basketball. There's a lot of content made out there, and I'm also making content for you that I'll share with you once I get it finished. But he committed in 8th grade that he wanted to be the best, and it takes, they say in Malcolm Gladwell's book, 10,000 hours of practice, and that's something that you're developing and getting instilled into kids at a young age, which is really, it's like if you could, if I had personally had that mentality as a kid and then learn these concepts of focus, of commitment, of pursuing things, and that everything takes work to do. I think a lot of these mentalities and values that you're listing here in the pack just need to be illustrated on the website and communicated through video and text, that these are the types of ideas that have helped you personally in your life and that now you're instilling on these kids. So that's kind of the idea, the marketing branding that I would have for the pack basketball. And really, as I was talking and trying to communicate in the consultation, it's really it's better to have content made and have the ideas out there. So I recommended 3 cameras. I use Sony A6000, the one you're seeing this consultation in now. The one I'm thinking about investing in soon is the Panasonic GH85, and then there's also a camera that it's called the Solo Shot 3 that tracks people's camera. So I think it's a really dope camera, and I'll send you the links for that. But really, I think as you're building out these registration pages, you want it to be that everything, you don't want people clicking out, so going on the website and then going on the registration. You want to just send people to the packbasketball.com/register. And then on that register page, there should be enough information so that they don't have to click anywhere else. They just sign up and give their information and register for the tryout. So you need to have like what the kids are going to get, the text on homework, media of the people actually in it, and you have 4 kids, so that's enough to show. Film assignments, instructions, register, stuff about the instructors. I would also talk about what tryouts will be like. So you probably have content or video that you've made before, or hopefully have recorded of your past tryouts. I think you've had 3 tryouts. So get parents aware of what's going to be like when they join, when they show up to the gym, what they could expect from the tryouts, and why you're even doing these tryouts, because you have limited spots available. So you kind of get that marketing edge where you're limited availability, limited space for the top quality trainers that you have, Jordan Lawley, Cedric, people helping with the sports psychology, all this stuff that the kids are going to benefit from. And I think some of those ideas, like with the Steph Curry committing at a young age, if you get other stories of basketball people who committed young and they said, hey, I decided to be the best in basketball at a young age, it will help in your branding, especially stuff you can put on social media or even on your episode blog posts. It's just content of your day-to-day of, building the business, building the brand that, if people watch it and digest it, they'll see that you've been doing it and they buy. Sometimes they don't just buy into the mission, they buy into the person, and seeing the work that he put into it really inspires people to either want to help out. You might get people who are wanting to help out with video editing, or you might get people wanting to help out with videography. You never know. But when you share your mission, you share the day-to-day, you never know who will end up watching. So that's why I just recommend getting these cameras invested. And that's what you're seeing this on is OBS. So that's another software that I'll be sending you emails on. Let me write that down. So you could even just have this, like this right here could be a blog post or an episode, and you could cut it up a little bit, say like, hey, I'm here in the office, I'm about to spend 4 hours writing up film and homework sessions for the kids, and then maybe do like a cut where it's just like you writing down and then like you speed it up so you get the illusion that or maybe just record 4 hours and make it 10 seconds and just show that you did it. Those are stuff or elements that can be put in the film, but it's kind of, you can't really do that unless you have content made. So that's why I recommend the camera equipment, maybe even some lighting is what I have. And then it's just continuing on the day-to-day and getting content out. So I hope you enjoyed this consultation session. For anyone who's watching this who is in either Jordan's programs or the academy, this has been a behind-the-scenes look at some of the consultations I do for clients all over the nation. So I write it out on iPad. I like doing a Skype call so I could share the iPad in person. It doesn't always work that way. A lot of my clients are busy. And if you haven't scheduled your consultation with me, you could sign up in the links below. And also from like a fourth wall perspective, it's this idea of what you're watching right now, Spencer and anyone who may be watching, is like, I am spending the time. It's basically what Calvin was saying is, you're spending the time, the hours training the kids. So I'm literally leveraging my time, rescaling my time, because I'm going to be doing it anyways. But now that I've recorded it, I have opportunities to have other people see what's involved in my consultation sessions, what's the elements, right? You're going to get, I've been working with Spencer for a while now, but like for any of my new clients that come in, you get PDFs, breakdowns of setting up business value ladder plans, marketing strategy ideas, really anything to help you guys build your branding. And, Spencer, if you're watching this and taking it out of it, it's kind of the same idea of where, like, this video of what I've done for my business is the same type of content that you need to be doing for the Pack Basketball, showcasing that you're putting work in and leveraging, the building experience to either build a following or build people to help you. So anyone watching this, especially if you guys watching this in the academy, putting yourself out there as a digital marketing specialist is, you can only say so many things and make so many video ads, but eventually, if you just record what your consultations are like, and as you get better at doing consultations, you just delete the old consultations that were crap, and then you just make the better ones always be the most recent ones that you put out there. But I put everything out there so that you guys who may watch this have an idea what it's like working with me. You kind of get an idea. It's not like, I think it's like, I'm not too worried if people don't want to work with me because of my personality or whatnot or my ideas. Then it's better that way to kind of screen out people than to kind of not put information out there and people don't really know or suggest that they get something that they're not. You're going to get iPad, or you're not getting an iPad. You're getting a PDF. You're getting exports. You're getting, I'll do a website audit, and then you'll get a recording of the consultation. So, yep, I'll be sending this email shortly. Everyone in the baseline, it's Alan Nafretti from Blend Logic. Hope you guys enjoyed out here in Atlanta, Georgia, and take care, guys.